Hey, it's Hunter, and today we're going to go through the entire process of how I weed out and evaluate my collection. I have all of these things categorized except for some new arrivals, but as you can see, since I put in my second shelf over here, we got a gigantic bag of stuff that was weeded out or taken out of the collection, and I'm going to go through this today with you guys to show you what I do to make sure that my collection is curated enough and that it's sort of personalized to me and that I don't have stuff in here that I don't want. Because at the end of the day, your collection is yours. For people out there that want to have 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, whatever movies, you can. And for me, that used to be a goal, but now it's more about getting stuff that I want to watch and that I want to rewatch and not just having quantity over quality. So first off, let's go through and I'll show you some of the collection here. This isn't a collection overview, we're getting to that later, but this is just me going through some of the stuff on my shelf here, and you can see I have it alphabetized and I have it done by category here. So we have all of the Vinegar Syndrome movies, and we have all of the Arrow Video stuff, and we have all of the Scream Factory stuff and box sets. You can sort of categorize your collection however you'd like, but this is just how I do it. It's how I wanted it to look because all of these releases look so nice next to each other. So now that we're back taking a little small look at it, and on top of the shelves here, we have some of the other box sets that I have. We have the Ghostbusters set and some other stuff. We have the Necronomicon up there, but these are some of the releases that I have weeded out of my collection on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, whatever else. A lot of these are from work that I get sent for free. Most of these are stuff that I've upgraded. So right on top here, and this is going to be rapid fire because I'm getting rid of these. I don't really want to talk about them all that much, but we've got the Monster Squad on Blu-ray. This is just the standard version with the 4K that just came out from Kino Lorber. This is obsolete, so I'm going to be selling this or doing whatever else with it, but for right now it's sitting in a bag. I'm just going to grab a whole stack of these because this is going to take too long for me to go through each individual one, but we've got Clue, the movie. The 4K just came out from Scream Factory, so I decided, well, I'm going to get rid of this standard edition. This does have the same sort of random ending feature that 4K does as well, but the picture quality on the 4K is a lot better. So then we've got The Godfather, the complete restoration. This is Godfather 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got The Godfather Part 3 Coda. And the 4K includes both of these. The Coda is a lot better version of Godfather 3 if you haven't seen that. We've got Spaceballs, which I have on a Mel Gibson, on a Mel Brooks box set. The farthest thing you can get from Mel Brooks is Mel Gibson probably, but I've got this on a box set, so I don't need that. We've got Death Wish 2. I got the Vinegar Syndrome 4K of this. This is a magnificent movie. It's a great action, dirty, disgusting action movie you can watch. And the Vinegar Syndrome 4K is the way to go, especially with this. We've got some of these might be a little controversial or whatever. We've got Terms of Endearment, a movie I don't give a shit about. I don't care about this movie at all. This is the Paramount Presents line version. That's pretty nice. The packaging is really nice. The extras on these are always really nice. But I don't give a shit about Terms of Endearment. We've got Empire of Light, another movie I don't care about. I'm sorry if you like this movie or whatever. I'm going to be getting rid of it. We've got Paramount Presents. We've got Nashville, and we've got A Place in the Sun. Two movies I don't care about, so we're going to be giving those away or selling them. From the stack here, we've got Halloween, the 4K. I've got the 4K from Scream Factory. The only reason why I would own this would be to say I own as many copies of Halloween as I do. So this one's going bye-bye. Ghostbusters, like I said, we have the Ghostbusters box set. You can see the sliver of it up there. But this is the bare bones as it gets version. This is a very early Blu-ray of it as well. And so, you know, I don't need this in the collection any longer. But we've got Roadhouse. This is also the bare bones version. The Vinegar Syndrome 4K box set of this is among the best releases ever, and it just trounces this. As you can see here, it's about as bare bones as it gets. It's the movie and that's it, but I love Roadhouse, so the only reason why I would keep this was because I love Roadhouse so much. And then we've got a steelbook of Chicago. I despise this movie. I've hated this movie since I was little, since it beat Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers at the Oscars. I was upset about it. I've since seen this movie because when I was little, I was like, I'm not watching that ever. And it's just not, this movie is not for me. Not for me. Then we've got Living with Bill Nighy. Never seen it. Don't care to watch it. Old on 4K. I don't like this movie as well. I don't think this movie is very good. This movie is sort of a meme for me and my friends because I've kept it in my collection this long despite not liking this movie. And yeah, I'm getting rid of Old because I don't really care. Next up, we've got there's probably another copy of it in here somewhere, but we've got a DVD copy of The Wolf of Wall Street. We've got a 4K copy of The Wolf of Wall Street. I have the Arrow Video box set of this that comes in. It's really, really nice. Where is it on my shelf? I can't. There, here it is. So we've got the Arrow Video special edition box set of this, the 4K. And as you can see, this is just miles better than anything else. It has the Stratton Oakmont sort of folder, American Excess card that comes out and all of that. So this is just a beautiful, beautiful release. If you own something like this, there's very few sort of downgrades in quality that you need to keep. This is not one of them. You can just, if you have that, you don't need these releases. The only thing, there's very, very few releases like that. The Thing on DVD, there's a DVD copy of it that has the uncensored commentary track between John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. That's one of the reasons to keep something like that, because the commentary track that they keep porting to all of the new releases is the censored one, and it's censored in stupid ways. So if you want to, the best possible conversation between Kurt Russell and John Carpenter, you got to get that. Next, we have Iron Mask. I was sold a bag of goods on this movie. It does have Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan. However, it's not a good movie. It's an awful, terrible movie. So I got this one from work, and I'm not going to be keeping that in my collection. Next, we have something I've upgraded. We've got Mission Impossible 1. I do have the box set of this, and so this one was expendable. You're going to be hearing me say that a lot, but we've got Creepshow, and I just got the 4K of Creepshow from Scream Factory, which means that this one is obsolete. This one is expendable. This is as bare bones also as it gets. It really just has the movie, and that's it, and has a cool menu. But other than that, you don't need it if you have the 4K. Another 4K upgrade I've got, we have Heat. I actually bought Heat, the Blu-ray, and then like 2 weeks later, the 4K went on sale for like $4. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to pay $14 or whatever. I think I paid $10 for this, for the 4K. And yeah, you don't need, Heat is one of Michael Mann's best movies. It has one of the best shootout scenes in any movie, but the 4K is excellent for that. Another bit of 4K sort of upgrades we have. I have the 4K of Pulp Fiction and the 4K of Reservoir Dogs that came out, so you don't need those. Those also don't really need any explanation. We've got a steelbook of Ferris Bueller's Day Off with the J card and everything. This one I have a 4K upgrade as well, so I'm not going to be keeping this one, even though the steelbook is quite nice for this. And I'm not a huge steelbook collector. I'm not one of those people out there that, needs the steelbook. I need it from Walmart or whatever. So go figure. I don't really care. The steelbook looks cool. It looks cool, but we've got a couple of DVD copies of stuff here. We've got Revenge of the Nerds. This is the Panty Raid edition on DVD. It does have some pretty good special features. I've watched this one over and over and over and over again. I love this movie. Has not aged very well. There's some couple scenes in here that would not fly today. But Revenge of the Nerds, hilarious, 80s sex comedy. And the special features here are pretty sick on this DVD edition. But the Blu-ray does have all of those special features as well. Next, we've got a terrible movie. We've got Jiu-Jitsu with Tony Jaa, Nicolas Cage, and Frank Grillo. This is a direct-to-video action movie. This was before Nicolas Cage's sort of renaissance that he's in right now, that started with Willy's Wonderland, continued with Pig, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and all that stuff, Prisoners of the Ghostland. Nicolas Cage is on a hell of a run right now, but this movie is not part of that. This movie is not good in the slightest, and it's a DVD copy of it, so I'm going to just be jettisoning that one into space. Next up, we've got Jungleland with Charlie Hunnam. This is, I've never seen this, and I got this for free from work. I don't really care about this movie, so DVD copy, we're going to get rid of that. We've got a still sealed copy of Georgetown, which has Christoph Waltz. That's interesting enough, but just a movie I don't really care about, and not something I want in my collection. We've got some horror movies now. We've got Friday the 13th, the series. This is the first season. I have the big, gigantic, sort of crazy Digimedia, whatever the hell, book of Friday the 13th, the series, with this big-ass box. I did buy this from Amoeba Records for $14. However, I got the complete series for like $20 on Amazon, and there goes a Blu-ray copy of something. But I got this from Amoeba for $14, and I got the DVD for the whole set for less than that. But this does have everything in it. It has no disc art and no real extras here, but it does have some promos and a bit of trailers and stuff like that for coming events. But the Friday the 13th series, really awesome series. It doesn't have Jason Voorhees. They were planning on doing a little bit of a crossover, but the way that they had to do this with the writing and the showrunner, they could not really mention Jason and everything because of the rights entanglements that Friday the 13th was in up until very recently. And so for that reason, it's well worth watching. It's a fun little horror TV show, and there's a bunch of seasons of it, so you can get the DVDs of it for like $20 on Amazon. It's a real good deal. This one is a pain in my heart to get rid of, but I can't have this many copies of Halloween. I've asked that question to you guys in a video. How many copies of Halloween is too many? It turns out like 6 of them is too many. We've got this box set, and then we've got the 4Ks. You don't really need anything else. This is a nice release. It does have some very good special features on it that were ported over. But, you know, this one, it pains me to get rid of, but I have to sort of get rid of all these excess copies I have of stuff. It does also come with a nice booklet as well. So if you do have this release and you don't want to upgrade to the Scream Factory one, this one's not embarrassing to own. But there are better versions of the first Halloween movie. This one, famously for me, sat in an Xbox for like a year and a half that I didn't use. I had an Xbox One, and then I upgraded to the Xbox One X, and so I just didn't use my Xbox One, and this Blu-ray sat in there for a year and a half, and I opened up the case, and I was like, where the hell is this Blu-ray? I don't loan people out just the disc. So yeah, this is going out of the collection, but it stayed there for a while. We're getting to some more stuff down here. We've got Friday the 13th, the 8-movie collection, once again with another box set that is well worth buying. This Friday the 13th set, people were scared that it would be limited. I certainly was, but it's always on sale. It's readily available, which means you don't need something like this. I know this doesn't take up all that much space, but it doesn't have nearly as much of the content as this does. And so you need to get that set if you love Friday the 13th. If you have one of these, it doesn't come with Jason X, it doesn't come with Freddy vs. Jason, and it doesn't come with the remake. All 3 excellent movies, and this set, it's a good starter set. It's a good start for people who want to get into collecting, but you can do better than this after a while. So this Friday the 13th set, you can do better than. We've got It's a Wonderful Life, which I have since upgraded. I have a nice version of It's a Wonderful Life. We've got a nice set of It's a Wonderful Life that comes with recipes, Bailey family recipes and stuff like that. This is an excellent release. Comes with a nice little sturdy box too as well. So It's a Wonderful Life. You can get this one, and you don't need the bare bones one. That does come with the colorized version and the black and white version. The colorized version is a bit embarrassing for me. I don't like the colorized version of It's a Wonderful Life. If you're watching this movie, you got to watch it in black and white. That's how they intended it, folks. Next up, we've got The Warriors. This is the ultimate director's cut, which is terrible. I hate this version of the movie. Walter Hill is one of my favorite directors, but goddamn, this is an embarrassment. I know he wanted it to feel like a comic book, and adding all the stupid comic book transitions and stuff, it's just jarring, especially showing it to somebody for the first time. Thankfully, you don't need to do that anymore because of Arrow Video's 4K, or you can get the imprint version. The imprint version of it is also very good. You can watch a video of that right here, of me going through the imprint version, but the Arrow Video 4K is also just excellent, folks. I didn't buy that one because I have the imprint version, but if I didn't, I would buy the Arrow Video, and get rid of this version, because it does. Both of them come with the theatrical cut, which is much, much better. We have one that I waited for me for a while to upgrade. We've got The People Under the Stairs from Wes Craven. This is getting a sort of remake, reimagining or whatever. I think it's coming from Jordan Peele. I know that's going to upset a lot of people out there that love whining and moaning about remakes and stuff like that, and then never going to go see original horror movies. But The People Under the Stairs is a very ahead of its time movie from Wes Craven, and just a great one. But the Scream Factory version is just bar none better. We've got Reanimator. This is one of my first Blu-rays I ever bought, actually, and this does come with a pretty good selection of extras there. But there is an Arrow Video version. I got the Steelbook of that, just randomly happened upon it at a random store one day, and just was like, I need to have it. And so Reanimator, great movie, great horror movie, but we can upgrade over that. Here we go. We've got The Thing, and I own 2 versions of The Thing, and I've kept them. We've got the Scream Factory version, which is excellent. That one has the slipcover and all of that. And then we've got the Arrow Video version, which is the absolute stunning, stone cold best version of The Thing you can get, besides the commentary track like I was talking about. But this release from Arrow Video is the best one possible. If you have a region-free Blu-ray player, you got to get this one. If you don't have a region-free Blu-ray player, the Scream Factory one is great too. But if you're collecting this stuff, get yourself a region-free Blu-ray player. But The Thing, that version is excellent, very good. This Blu-ray is fine. It's the very first Universal one, so it's got all the stupid Universal menus and all of that. But this is what I watched The Thing for the first time with, so it's a piece of history for me. Next, we've got Halloween 4 and 5. I remember buying these at Best Buy. I remember going in on a rainy Southern California day. For extras, these actually have pretty good slates of extras for studio releases. You've got some commentaries, a panel, and on the Halloween 5, you've got commentaries and then promo trailers and stuff like that. But these are, I think they're the similar or the same versions that are in this set with extras and stuff like that. So if you get the 4Ks as well, the 4Ks of these from Scream Factory are excellent. So that's why these are getting jettisoned. And then we've got a couple more here. We've got the collector's edition of Fast X. I enjoyed the Fast and the Furious movies up to a certain point, but Fast 9 was an abomination of mankind. Fast 10, Jason Momoa tries his best to be really, really goddamn charismatic in this movie and tries to make it into something, but this movie sucks. It just sucks. And so eventually there's going to be a box set. I'm going to get that, but we're getting rid of that. Smile on the 4K version here. I have the Paramount Screams box set up there that this came on, so I figured I'll keep the box set version and get rid of the 4K here. But Smile is a very inventive horror movie from last year. Here's the Blu-ray of The Wolf of Wall Street. So that's 4 versions of it that I own now that I'm not going to own in the future as I get rid of all this stuff. We've got a Steelbook, the 4K Steelbook of Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm not keeping this because I have the 4K box set that has that. I don't need to keep the Steelbook. We've got 80 for Brady. If you liked 80 for Brady, good for you, but not for me. We've got the Blu-ray of Violent Night. Now, this is one of my favorite holiday horror movies out there. And Violent Night, I have the 4K, so I don't really need the Blu-ray. And this version does come with the DVD and all that. It is the collector's edition. And it has some deleted scenes. It's a studio release, so it doesn't have that great of special features, but what can you do? Violent Night is excellent if you haven't seen it. We've got Brazil. Brazil, this is a very early Blu-ray as well. This one comes from, 2011. And I got the Criterion Collection of Brazil versions, so I figured, hey, if Criterion's putting it out, I don't need this version anymore. And then we've got Bubba Hotep. This is the Scream Factory version, and I have the 4K, so I've upgraded. So the 4K comes with this exact disc and everything included, and then a 4K. And this one is an excellent, excellent Bruce Campbell movie if you haven't seen Bubba Hotep. We've got My Fair Lady, which is a very good Audrey Hepburn movie. This is the 4K, but I don't feel like I need to watch My Fair Lady again. We've got Mortal Kombat Legends, Battle of the Realms. I know some of these Mortal Kombat, some sort of these DC stuff, animated stuff, are pretty good from Warner Brothers. Their animated division was good before David Zaslav came through and, you know, annihilated everything. But I watched this and it was fine. The action was pretty good. The combat, the Mortal Kombat of combat, was pretty fun to watch, but not something I would want to watch again and need in my collection. And then, of course, we've got the final two in this bag. We've got Luca from 4K. Another one I watched. It was cute enough, but not for me. And we've got Yellowstone Season 4. I got this one from work. Yellowstone, I'm sure it's great, but I don't care. So there's that. As we add stuff to the collection, and as we move through our collecting life, you've got to take stuff out, and you grow and you change as a collector. And so this whole collection behind me is curated for stuff that I love, that I want to rewatch. Stuff like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Critters, The Fly, Firestarter, not Fire in the Sky. That movie's terrifying, but it's up there because maybe I'll watch it again one day. But that movie scared the crap out of me. But and then there's movies like from Vinegar Syndrome. I want my collection to feel like it's a video store. That's my ultimate dream, is to have a little slice of a video store all to myself. And so some of this stuff, having extra copies is whatever. It looks nice on video. As you can see, I've got gaps in my collection here for extra space, but it doesn't look as nice. But if there was a bunch of crap on here and it'd be hard to look through, then I wouldn't want it. And at the end of the day, we are our stuff, and I don't want as much stuff on my shelves. I want excellent stuff on my shelves. How do you go through and curate your collection? Do you have just everything you want, or do you pick and choose stuff like that? And if you like this video and you want more tips on how to collect Blu-rays, here are some regrets that I have collecting that you have to make sure you don't do.